Friday Night Footy on the Golazo Network, presented by Segra. It's Loudoun United welcoming Louisville City FC. Happy to have you with us. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. Louisville City coming in off their first loss of the season, while Loudoun still seeking their first win of the season. And Ricky, they've been knocking on the door. It just hasn't happened yet.
You just look at the roster for this Loudoun United side, and Anthony Limbrick has been really pleased with what he's seen through the run of play. Just needs to be a little bit better in terms of both boxes. Their box defending needs to be a bit tighter, and when they are in front of goal, they need to be a little bit more composed. He has the performances. Now can that translate into results here at home? A big opportunity.
Someone who's been plenty composed in front of goal, Thor Ulfarsson, 2 goals in 4 games.
Ulfarsson, he's big, he's physical, has really soft feet. He's going to lead the line for Loudoun United. He can drop in and be part of the build that phase for combination, but he is at his best when he is high up the field and around that 18-yard box. Service into him is going to be crucial here for the home side.
Louisville City have had an interesting start to the season. They lose their coach Danny Cruz after a couple of weeks. Simon Bird comes in as the interim. They kept winning throughout all of that until this last game against Charleston.
You and I had the ability to speak with Simon Bird. He was really open. He was very honest, saying very frustrated performance with, especially in that first 45 minutes, the way that we conceded the goals, and it just wasn't good enough in terms of the intensity. So on the road, another opportunity to respond. Expect Louisville City to be on the front foot.
Jansen Wilson has had a terrific start to this season amidst all of that with 2 goals and 2 assists in 4 games.
Jansen Wilson is just so important to Louisville City, what they want to do going forward. He has the ability to go and search a game, whether it is centrally, whether it is to pop wide in isolation. He can score, he can combine, and he's going to start on this left-hand side. His relationship with Shimomi and Davila leading the line for Simon Bird and Louisville City is going to be really important if they want to steal points on the road.
Loudoun still looking for the first win of the season. It's not going to come easy tonight against the Louisville City side that since the start of 2024 leads the USL Championship with 20 wins on the road. It's Loudoun and Louisville next on Golazo Network.
Business success requires more than just technology. It demands a strategic connectivity game plan, relentless agility, and a human touch. We offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients. Segra is one of the largest nationwide independent commercial fiber companies in the U.S., with a fiber network infrastructure spanning 28 states. We are Segra. Connectivity, support, solutions.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Gorgeous evening here in Leesburg as the teams take the field. It's Loudoun United hosting Louisville City FC, presented by Segra. Time to meet the starting lineups for both. A little bit of a curveball in the Loudoun lineup presented by VSI. First of all, the bench, only 3 outfield players because of injuries. That's something to keep in mind later in the game, but a very strong 11 put forth at least.
Specifically, that central location, Pedro Sanchez is going to have the freedom to go and push higher. He's going to want to get on the ball to combine because you have Murphy. He's going to stay at home, and he's going to supply a little bit of a security blanket within that front 3. Awua and Nyangaberi, look for them to work extremely hard. If they can stay as high as they possibly can, that allows Giesh and Ammon to come century underneath Thor, who leads the attack.
On the other side for Louisville City, it's Tolo Shiwanmi leading the line this evening.
Yeah, that front 3 needs to do a really good job at just being on the front foot in terms of pressing, making life very uncomfortable for Loudoun United. Shiwanmi, he's going to stay as high as he possibly can, occupy both center backs. Jansen Wilson, we've talked about his freedom, right footer playing the left-hand side, so he's going to come centrally, and Davila, look for him to push up almost as dual 9s, allowing Sam Guido to come around the corner from his right back position.
Double dip of Davila this evening, Evan and Taylor. Taylor, reigning MVP of USL Championship, wearing the number 8. Evan wearing the number 27. These two teams have had a very one-sided rivalry over the years. Loudoun has only ever beaten Louisville City once in league play. Louisville City coming in off a home loss, though, something that hadn't happened to them in 650 days. The lone matchup on this Friday evening in the USL Championship, setting the stage for a busy weekend. It's Loudoun in the black from right to left and Louisville in the white from left to right. Happy to have you with us on the Golazo Network alongside Ricky Lopez Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Something to keep in mind here at Segra Field. You can already see some of the streaks of the turf pellets. Field plays very slow, Ricky, compared to some other turf fields. Something that Louisville will have to take into account. Not as familiar as Loudoun will be, but dinked over the top right away. Looking for a quick start, Lou City. That would have been quite the way to come into this week after losing last game.
Here and I had the ability to speak with Simon Bird when we asked about that central location with Taylor Davila and Niang getting the start, and he's in love with Niang, what he's able to bring to this Lou City side, the ability to cover ground, but also to pick out a pass here. Evan Davila has a cleaner first touch. What a start that could have been for the visiting side.
Lou City has not lost back-to-back regular season games since the 2023 season. That's something that is at stake here tonight, coming off that loss against Charleston. Loudoun again looking for win number 1 on the season. Their 2 losses came against top opponents, the reigning champions Pittsburgh in week 1, and then in week 3 against the Tampa Bay Rowdies team that is still perfect in 2026. So they've been right there against good teams, 2 draws against 2 solid teams as well, in Miami and Birmingham. Whipped in by Murphy. It was there on the doorstep.
Really good ball in from Murphy. To hit this first time is a nightmare for the opponent back line to deal with, because as they're trying to stay with the line, notice Sam Guido's movement. And nearly getting the opener to this back post, but what a flawless ball it is from Murphy to hit it first time, wrapping it around this back line of Lou City.
Richie Amon, the number 8 pick in the 2026 draft by DC United, on loan to Loudoun for the national champion Washington Huskies of 2025's College Cup. an interesting group, Loudoun. You go down the list of names in the starting 11, and the list of names right now currently injured are not able to impact the happenings. It's a loaded team in terms of individuals, but how it all comes together under a new coach who's in the USL Championship for the first time in his career, that's the big question. Will it gel? Will it gel in time? And will they be able to get this going in the right direction quickly enough to have an impact in the playoff picture this year? Davila to Davila. Into Taylor. Amadou Dia making his first start in 2026. Played just 4 minutes up until tonight. Busy stretch of schedule for Lou City. Got a Tuesday turnaround now at home against Austin FC at US Open Cup. Gleedle deflected. First corner of the evening for the visitors.
Gleedle on this near-hand side for Lou City is going to give you a lot of versatility and a lot of directness within his movement, so expect Evan Davila to stay a little bit more centrally to combine. He's been a player for Lou City who's played plethora of positions, same Gleedle has.
That is most comfortable when he is getting further up the field, be it as a true winger, as a wing back, or time subbing in late in games as an out-and-out striker. Jensen Wilson. Taylor Davila. Carves a dangerous ball ahead. Baba Niang couldn't get a piece of it. Dia took it away from a teammate. Nice communication there. Komeaua, an extra shove at the end of that for Sean Tosh. All-time leader in minutes and appearances in USL Championship, shrugged it off like nothing. Akinyoti, longtime veteran of this league, 12th season with his 8th team. Latched on with Loudoun in September last year after Miami let him go. A veteran able to latch on with the playoff team. Diash. Stumble from Murphy as he switches. Richie Amen with it. Amen, end line. Feeding it back post. Kyle Adams watchful. That's his strong suit, Richie Amen, when he's able to take it and just go at players. That's why they drafted him number 8 overall. That is his superpower. A lot of little things to work on in the overall development of his game, but when it comes to dribbling at players and the attacking end of the field, as good as they come. Team All-American and All-Tournament team. And Washington's run of the title last year, Richie Amen. 4 goals and 13 assists on the season. Big-time distributor. Somebody that Anthony Limbrick is very happy with on loan from DC United. Limbrick in his first season as the head coach of Loudoun United. A career that's taken him all over the map as a head coach. Very excited to be here now with this opportunity. Had his son in our little chat the other day, showing him the ropes as well. Amen darting at this back line, lays it off on the strike. It's Thor dropping the hammer. 1-0 Loudoun. Thor Olferson, 3 goals in 5 games, announcing himself in USL Championship.
Phenomenal attacking style of play here from Loudoun United. Notice the movement ahead of the ball as Amen drives at this back line. Diaz makes a really unselfish run, center of your screen. Notice how he peels off the shoulder of Kyle Adams, and now that isolates Dia. Put the ball in front of Olferson, let him just run onto it and just tag this thing. Notice where his shoulders are facing, towards this far post. Just no stopping this whatsoever. Phenomenal strike. Well, that is exactly what you get when Amen is running at that back line. He has options, and most times he makes the right decision. 1-0 Loudoun United.
25-year-old from Iceland, making his way back to the United States this year. Spent the last 2 years split between Hungary and Iceland. Never saw much playing time. Played 11 total games in his stint in Europe. Prior to that with the Houston Dynamo and MLS. Top draft pick back in 2022, the number 4 pick by Houston. Had 2 good years where he featured for the Dynamo. Part of their Open Cup winning team in 2023. Back stateside and back to scoring. Again, 3 goals in 5 games. It's part of that conversation on an individual basis. You go down the list of this entire Loudoun starting 11 and some players that are still missing. Abdelatif Abukora, don't forget how important he is to this organization. They are loaded in terms of individual talent, but would it all click? In moments, it does.
Next 5 minutes, really important for both of these sides. For Louisville City, you cannot let this thing get out of hand extremely quick. You are Loudoun, you carry this momentum. You try to bypass the initial line of pressure, try to run at that back line, especially with how direct your front 3 has shown 10 minutes into this game.
Heyman thought he was fouled by Davila. It's all the way back to Hugo Faroux. Again, it's not since 2023 that Louisville City has lost back-to-back regular season games. A pair of record-setting seasons in 2024 and 2025. 2023 season was a struggle. They still found a way into the playoffs. They still found a way into the conference final. It's going on 3 years since they lost back-to-back regular season games. In early danger of that tonight. It's a new era for Louisville City. Simon Bird in his 6th match as the interim. 4 wins and a loss in all competitions. Nice win in Open Cup against their rivals Lexington. I asked him coming into this week, did he feel at all there was a letdown coming off the Derby match in Open Cup into that Charleston game? And he said, I sure hope not, but it's something that was addressed with the group, making sure that the focus is there every single game. Slow start, though, tonight on the road. It's an interesting spot. Again, maybe a look ahead as well to that Open Cup match this coming Tuesday against an MLS side at home. Austin FC coming to town. So a test of their just overall focus and will on a night like this on the road against a winless team.
It's also an opportunity as you look at the Open Cup, specifically for Louisville City to gain momentum with this match. If you are Simon Bird, that's going to be the message. Yes, we need to take care of business, but you also want to go into playing an MLS opponent feeling good, feeling confident. 12 minutes in, it's been mostly one-way traffic in favor of the home side Loudoun.
Over the top for Gleedle. Led well by Adam Beaudry. It's an interesting battle in goal for Loudoun. Again, it's back to that same conversation of so much individual talent. Ethan Bondre, the 27-year-old, has had experience in MLS. He's been a bright young talent through the years, coming up through the ranks. But Adam Beaudry has as well. He's a 19-year-old who is featured for the U.S., the U17 World Cup, and U20 World Cup as well. 19-year-old coming over from Colorado Rapids on loan. Last year he spent time on loan at Colorado Springs Switchbacks. So that's a week in, week out goalkeeping battle. Beaudry is the clear number 1 right now, though, in Coach Limbrick's mind. Diash. Wolferson. Ngabiri. Touched by Eamon. Lost off of Gleedle. He'll stay with Loudoun.
A difficult ball to deal with if you are Eamon. Olakinyoni just ropes this knee height into the path. That's when you just need to keep the ball on the ground and try to get Pedro Santos a little bit more involved. Really quiet for the experienced number 10 for Loudoun United. Good play.
Olferson. Well, after the first goal you scored, why not? But not the same this time.
That's what you want to see if you are Anthony Limbrick, just a relationship with Diash and Olferson. This time Diash comes to feet, Olferson challenges in behind. That give and take movement is just so important when you're playing 3 players higher up the field.
Gleedle. Bending it ahead, good ball, flag stayed down for Tolo Shawunmi, and a corner on the way. The USL on CBS Sports Network kicks off on April 18th with an Eastern Conference showdown. Charleston Battery take on the fast-starting Tampa Bay Rowdies at 3 p.m. Eastern. Catch the action on CBS Sports Network April 18th. That is a week from tomorrow. Charleston starting to put things together, coming off that win at Louisville. Tampa Bay still perfect, 4 wins from 4 games. They will host the Oakland Roots tomorrow. Taylor Davila, good service, nearly the answer for Lou City. Shawunmi was crowding Beaudry. Davila, another dangerous ball, and Shawunmi is back to goal, puts it over the bar, and was offside.
Difficult here for Shawunmi, especially when your back is facing the attacking goal. This is a really good ball in from Davila, right in terms of the location. Shawunmi needs to win that ball. He has a better body position in front of Akinyoti. As a number 9, spatial awareness, just let it skim off the back of your head. Beaudry gets caught. No man's land, the goalkeeper does.
Shawunmi. Davila. Evan Davila. Works out the other side for Amadou Dia. Dia delivering, Murphy clearing. Kyle Adams, reigning defender of the year in USL Championship. Quarter of an hour gone. Loudoun 1, Louisville nothing. Thor Olferson in the 8th minute. Tosh. It's interesting, Lou City not necessarily a side that plays direct. They're more about the build. They use their wingbacks. But with Shawunmi in there, it gives a different profile striker, and they can be more direct. Maybe too much so, though, in the early going tonight.
But you need to play the ball into his feet. He's not going to be a player that's going to run down the channel and really chase down these hopeful type of balls. So that ball from Sean Tosh needs to hit Shawunmi in his chest, and that is when you allow Davila or Jansen Wilson to come underneath. But right now for Lou City, they're having a really difficult time finding any sort of real estate to operate and trying to build out through the back.
You could argue this is a rotated squad for Lou City. On a given night, Hayden McFadden, Jake Morris, your first choices, and either wingback, maybe even Manny Perez, depending on who's healthy, what the matchup looks like. Zach Duncan, normally your first choice in the heart of the midfield instead of Baba Niang. Keep going down the lists. Ray Serrano or Makwele Akale instead of a Evan Davila on the right side, maybe Chris Donovan over Tola Shawunmi. There's 5 or 6 positions in the starting 11 tonight where you look at it and you say, all right, coming off the Charleston game, MLS team coming in on Tuesday, did Lou City rotate? Did they maybe overlook this matchup? Is the focus on Tuesday? I think questions that are fair to ask given some of the guys who are sitting versus some of the guys who are starting, but understanding there is schedule congestion right now and keeping the legs fresh is important.
But you'd still think with the amount of talent that Lou City has on the roster, especially within this 11, that Simon Bird feels extremely confident they can get the job done here at Loudoun. But again, first 20 minutes, struggling to find any sort of rhythm here.
It was a similarly rotated squad in the midweek Open Cup win over Lexington when they won 2-0 on the road, and that was against the Lexington first choice side. So they've done it before already this year, to your point. Incredibly deep, incredibly talented. That's why before that Charleston game, they were perfect. All wins in all competitions until that game in 2026. I certainly haven't heard the last of them tonight. Incredibly early on, and all those names we mentioned will impact this game off the bench in the second half, without a doubt. USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. And behind for Dia. Goal kick.
Good passage of play from Lou City. You play the ball into Evan Davila. He bumps it deeper to Taylor Davila as Jansen Wilson is operating right in front of this back line. That allows Amadou Dia to be vertical, but phenomenal recovery run from Nyungaberry. It does seem like Amadou Diaz's right leg was the last to touch the ball. Good call by referee.
Tosh. Again looking for Shawunmi. Dangerous moment there, playing it back too calmly for Beaudry. He's upset with Bolu Akinyoti. Those two exchanging words. Beaudry was 7 years old when Bolu Akinyoti started playing in this league.
You don't got to age Bolu like that, Joe. Come on.
Is it because he's only 1 year older than you and it's making you feel old? Or is that what the issue is?
I knew that was coming.
Taylor Davila drops it in from the corner. The header, the response from Louisville City. Took all of 11 minutes. Level again, and it's Brandon Days with his first.
Saw it with the first free kick from Taylor Davila, the ability to whip the ball in with real quality and real class. This time goes to that far post area, right on top of that 6-yard box, and this is all about Days wanting it more and timing his jump that much better than every single Loudoun United defender. And notice where he heads it, back across where he came from. A lot of traffic right in front of Beaudry. He cannot react quick enough. A little bit of a bump, gets caught off balance. Really well taken goal by the center back to draw this game 1-1.
When I say his first, I don't just mean of the season, the first of his young and very promising career. Debuted last year on July 4th against Colorado Springs, made his first start August 30th of last year against Indy 11. And now another first, his first goal. Everything for Brandon Days comes back to that friendly they had against Eintracht Frankfurt last year when Louisville City hosted the German side. Early in that game, a horrendous giveaway he had playing out of the back that nearly led to a Frankfurt goal. And you wondered, would the then 16-year-old, would he crumble? Would he dwell on that? Would he figure it out? Oh yeah, he figured it out. That was an Eintracht Frankfurt side that was playing all of its top guys. That was one of their final tune-ups before the Bundesliga season began. And he shut them down after that mistake early on. And as he flies across here and heads this out for a throw, the coaching staff took note of that at the time. Danny Cruz and now Simon Bird chatted with him about it a couple of weeks ago as he's penciled him in as a starter every game this season. Without any second doubts, just a player that is way more confident and way more intelligent, experienced than his age lets on. Stereotypical son of a coach in that regard. His mother, Karen Ferguson Days, the head coach of Louisville's women's team collegiately. And one of those players that, we always had that conversation sometimes, what if our best athletes played soccer? He's a really good basketball player, a top potential recruit, high school. He chose soccer. He finally, a couple of years ago, committed full-time to soccer and has developed accordingly. Ever since then, sky's the limit now, and somebody that I think fans around USL Championship should enjoy watching while he's here. I don't know that he'll be here more than another year or two before Europe comes calling.
Talk about the basketball relationship. You just saw the hops. Yeah. When he scored his goal, but also when this ball comes across, just flies through the air. And you and I had the ability to speak with Anthony Limbrick, to speak with Danny Cruz, and numerous of people around the Louisville City organization. And being a starter at the back three, especially shouldering Sean Tosh and Kyle Adams, that's not given, that's deserved. So it tells you about the trust and the development that Brandon Days has been able to grow in a very short amount of time. We'll talk about the potential. Number 5 for Louisville City, watch out.
Clean challenge from Babacar Niang. Tosh. Lidl. It's Louisville with the wind at their sails now. You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2TN, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings.
Too many times once Sam Gleadle gets himself higher up the field, Davila is making that run towards the corner flag. Shawami needs to come to feet. There's just no options for Sam Gleadle to pop the ball into centrally. It only plays negative. Give credit to Loudoun United, specifically Awua and Akinyori, doing a good job at rotating off one another on the left side of this defense for Loudoun.
Very uncharacteristic of Lou City. Every time they have a chance, they're just pumping it forward. I can't recall the last time we've seen them play like this. I wouldn't chalk it up necessarily to Simon Bird versus Danny Cruz. Just wonder if it's something they've seen in Loudoun defensively that they feel they could exploit on a night like this. Eamon punches it back. Dangerous strike. Left begging in the end.
Understanding that Lou City is going to press, they're going to try to make you uncomfortable. So if you can play direct and not only win the initial ball, but also win the secondary phase of play, you gain some real estate, and you also allow players like Pedro Santos and James Murphy to be a little bit more aggressive in their positioning. We've seen Pedro Santos pull the trigger from that distance, just gets his balance a little bit off and puts it up and over the crossbar.
A little bit of a slip from Farouk as he got the goal kick into play. One of the few players who would be intimately familiar with the tricky turf here at Segra Field, having spent time with Loudoun. Days. Gleadle heading it across. Shawunmi was there. Shawunmi settles. Shawunmi deflected in! Route 1 works this time. Lou City take the lead because of Tola Shawunmi and his first of the season.
Just creating something out of nothing. Shawunmi doing a really good job this time, staying connected with Gleadle. As Days plays this ball long, just notice the movement from the big number 9. He gets to the near-sided center back, and this touch to create separation, to create space is phenomenal. Gets the ball out of his body and quickly gets his hip squared facing the goal. Gets a little bit of deflection, yes, but Shawunmi will not mind, does all the hard work, and gets his well-deserved goal, and to give Lou City the lead here at Segra Field.
Some traveling support for Lou City. We weren't liking what they were seeing through the first few minutes. Down 1-0, 8 minutes in. Now 27 minutes in, on top, 2-1. So much for us questioning the direct nature of Lou City and how it strays from their norm. If nothing else, the rest of the night, it already netted them one. Flipped ahead again, why not? Davila wiped out, late challenge, free kick coming. There'll be a card attached to it. Marcela Senge.
Just absolutely no need for Asengo to come in this rash, as he covers about 30 yards. Just move your feet. The ball's gone. No need to dive in, get none of the ball, get all. Evan Davila very lucky not to see yellow here with this challenge, but sets up Taylor Davila. Almost like a short corner kick here. Have to think that this ball is going to be pounded right on top of that 6-yard box in front of Beaudry.
So many big targets as well. Tosh, Shawunmi, Adams, Brendan Days will be crashing. Davila to the back post, a little piece of it from Beaudry. Last off of Gleadle.
Good goalkeeping from Beaudry. If you do step off of your line, you need to make a play on the ball. It's light touch, but gets the job done.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Rocky start for Louisville City, coming off the loss against Charleston, which was their first home loss in the regular season in 650 days. Now trying to avoid something that hasn't happened since 2023, which is back-to-back regular season losses. Down 1-0, 8 minutes in. Now one goal to the good. Brendan Days in the 20th, Tola Shawunmi in the 26th. Glad to have you with us on Golazo Network alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. That'll feel good for Tola Shawunmi. Spent 2024 with Louisville City, scored 2 goals in 10 games, went over to Crawley Town, at the time in League One in England, and then got relegated from there. It was after the relegation that they had to rework the roster, and he ends up coming back stateside to Lou City. We're happy to bring him back. He was happy to be back, and now back on the score sheet for the boys in purple. White tonight, but you get the point. Nickname's still the nickname. Santos. Felt like after that first goal went in for Louisville City, but the doubt crept in for Loudoun. For such a strong start, they weren't seeing any of the ball. It's Lou City controlling everything. Even more so after the second goal went in.
For Loudoun United, you need to be really careful, specifically Adnan Akinyote, who's playing in the wide of that back three. Because every single time Days, Tosh, or Kyle Adams get on the ball, their first look is to be direct. And the last thing that you want to have happen is to leave Shawunmi with a 1v1. So you need to communicate. Either Pedro Santos, James Murphy needs to drop deeper, or you allow Nyangabere and Awua to challenge for that initial ball. The last, you cannot allow your center back to be exposed 1v1.
Jensen Wilson feeding it through. Davila deflected for a corner.
It's a clever ball from Jensen Wilson. Brings in Nyangabere, James Murphy, and with one pass takes both of them out of the game. Good rotation from Madden to come across and deny Taylor Davila. Starting to see Lou City start to find their rhythm a little bit more going forward.
It'll be Wilson this time from the corner. First time they've taken one from that far side of the field. Wilson goes short, gets it back. Well, you can see the intent. The weight on all those passes wrong, and the offside flag ends it. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Tosh, Gleedle. Nice move from Taylor Davila. Feeding his brother, Evan. Kwame Awua stands in the way. Somehow concedes a corner out of that. Davila again in the back post, was looking for Amadou Diaz's run. efficient Lou City. 3 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. This was the type of response that Simon Bird was looking for. Out of that loss, he didn't feel the intensity was there against Charleston. Come into this game and fall behind 8 minutes in. You wonder if it was lingering. They squashed that over the next 15 minutes. Still a long way to go. Nyangabiri, Marcos Diaz, and a free kick for Loudoun. Jason Wilson hasn't really been a factor so far in this one. A pair of goals, a pair of assists. He's been their leading man in the attack. Done it in different ways. They did it off a corner. They did it off direct play. Diaz, over from the New England Revolution, signed through the end of next season, delivering Diaz. Gets it again. Left New England Revolution too as the club's all-time leading scorer. Nyangabiri, corner for Loudoun.
Back-to-back really strong defensive efforts from Lou City within their box defending. That is something that Simon Bird wanted to correct after conceding 2 really sloppy goals against the Charleston Battery last week.
Pedro Santos out for the corner. 2nd year now with the club. Spent 2 seasons at DC United. Gets it back from Richie Amon. Nyangabiri try and rescue this broken corner. Amon off of Adams. Did take a secondary touch off of Amon. Goal kick.
Good 1v1 defending there from Kyle Adams. Amon's just trying to catch Kyle Adams lunging in and then go straight through the legs here. But notice the defender of the year continues to move his feet. In the end, good call. Last touch comes off of Amon.
If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, you hear live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. I believe Devin Kerr and Mike Watts had MD Myers on this week, the Tampa Bay goal scorer.
Really vocal about the amount of goals that he wants to score.
That's where I was heading. He said 35. That's a lot of goals.
That's what you want from a striker.
Did he mean in all competitions or in the regular season? Because I think those are 2 different things.
Regardless, you want your striker hungry to score goals and
loud about it.
I
get that. But the feasibility of 35 in a 30-game regular season or versus including Open Cup and USL Prinks Cup, I don't know. Maybe. Diaz.
Doubter, Joe?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I hope he proves me wrong because it'd be awesome. If it's just regular season, I'd say no. If it's all competitions and playoffs, I think he could do it. Oh, Richie Amon thought he was fouled there, darting a glance at our referee. Would have been a great spot for a free kick, too. The boos ran in from the crowd.
Just goes down far too easy. Here, Amon, there is just not enough contact from Sean Tosh here.
Is there a little forearm to the back? He had already gotten past him.
I think if he blows that whistle, it's really soft.
Interesting. You and I are on different sides of this one. I assume that you, as a striker, would usually side with the attacking player.
But he's looking for that foul. There's not much in that.
I don't disagree. He was definitely looking for it, but sometimes whether you're looking for it or not, a foul's a foul. It's the right arm. He didn't trip him, but
he's already going down.
Extends it.
He's already going down.
I don't know about that. I don't know. We're going to agree to disagree on that one. That one seemed to be a dive from Ulferson. I think we could agree on that one. That also might be a case of Sean Tosh, the all-time minutes and appearances leader in this league, going up against a rookie who's in his 5th game. You probably know who's going to get the benefit of the doubt in a call like that. Eamon, that time he was looking for it. That might be frustration that he didn't get the last call. And he gives the referee an earful on his way across the field. The problem with that is now, the next time you do have a 50-50 one, you're definitely not getting the call because now you have a reputation. That's a clear dive.
That's nothing.
That's absolutely nothing. 22-year-old from Hanover, New Hampshire. First team All-American and All-Region and All-Tournament team in 2025. 4 goals, 13 assists, Big Ten Midfielder of the Year and Big Ten First Team in 2025. A very long list of accolades as he helped the Washington Huskies to their first ever national championship.
Or Loudoun struggling to find any sort of rhythm. There's just no pocket presence. Everything is either into Eamon, into GS, just trying to play the ball wide. You score the goal because you have Eamon running at the heart of the back line of Blue City. Pedro Santos, James Murphy, they're sitting deep, so they are pulling out Niang and Dival, and that leaves about a 10-yard radius between that midfield line and back line of Blue City, but there's just no one there because Ulferson's going to stay as high as he possibly can. That's something that if you are Anthony Limbrick, you need to figure out because that is a way that you can break through the Blue City press. eFootball's here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball's free to play. Download now.
Bent ahead for Jansen Wilson. Cut off by Marcel Asenge. Another one of those players, Asenge, with such a bright future. Came in on loan to USL Championship last year with Phoenix Rising, started 22 games. Still belongs to the LA Galaxy on loan this year to Loudoun. Signed as homegrown with the LA Galaxy ahead of last season. Every single player in this starting 11 has some sort of MLS tie, whether it's as a draft pick or as a homegrown signing, but it still, early on, feels like a collection of individuals that has potential, but is still working to reach it for Loudoun United.
It's not going to be perfect, nor should Anthony Limbrick expect it to be, because you look at Loudoun United, yes, it's players that are playing for the same teams, but it's a completely new system, it's a completely new coach, and it's a completely new roster. So the only way that you can start to really understand what you have within the locker room, but also individually, players finding the tendencies of their teammates is through real-time game minutes, and that's something that through the course of the first 5 games here, we've seen glimpses of how good Loudoun can be, but just not on a consistent basis enough.
Lost by 1 in the opener against the reigning champions, Pittsburgh. Lost by a couple of goals against Tampa Bay, but who hasn't at this point? If you want to take a positive out of that game, they are the only team to score on Tampa Bay so far this season in that 3-1 defeat. Every other game for the Rowdies has been a clean sheet. A pair of ties. It's Miami and Birmingham, and now this one against the Louisville City side that up until this past week was at the top of the East and awesome over the years coming off of a loss. So all that said, it could be a Loudoun side that ends tonight 0-3-2, but in some ways you feel good about the performances along the way and where the team is headed. You just have to turn those into wins at some point. Anthony Limbrick understands that. Good conversation with him about it this week and the business side of it and needing the results, but still finding positives in the performances. At some point, those results do have to come. Yellow quickly brandished for Babacar Niang.
I watch the left elbow here from Niang as he leads within. It's a really high catch as James Murphy right in the neck area. Referee's position right in front of it, deserving of a yellow card for Niang.
First start of the regular season for Baba Niang. He started that Open Cup win over Lexington last week. Scored in that game as well. Final minute of this first half, plus whatever stoppage has in store. Loudoun struck first, and what a strike it was from Thor Olferson in the 8th minute. Dozen minutes later, Louisville City equalizes. 6 minutes after that, they take a lead. Aua. Flicked on by Olferson. Oh, brilliant play. Thor Olferson! Teaching tape type goal for Loudoun. Level again.
We've mentioned there's been glimpses of how good Loudoun can be. Champagne football here from the home side. Notice how quick, how crisp, and the movement off of the ball. Awuwa pops this ball in, and just notice Olferson. Fantastic timing to read this little touch from James Murphy, and then he just finishes it with so much venom. As Farouk comes up, right between his right shoulder and head, and just ropes this thing into that top corner. Fantastic strike from Loudoun United. And 2-2 here at Segra Field.
5th start of the season for Thor Olferson. Now 4 goals in 5 games, and not yet 5 games. So there's a second half to go tonight. Into stoppage time. 2-2. You and I always coming into a game, chat about how we think it might go, what our expectations are. I won't say exactly what our predictions were and our feelings were. I don't want to show any slant or bias in what the picks were, but I can assure you folks at home, 2-2 was not in the cards in our minds.
Especially in
the first 45
half.
minutes. You never know what you're going to get. The talent these two teams have. More of it, too, is just the way this field plays. This field plays slow, so we thought it would be more of a slog and not necessarily the goal fest it has been. Louisville effective on a set piece and a direct play. Loudoun with 2 brilliant goals for different reasons. One individual effort, the Olferson opening goal, the strike that was from the angle he took it at. Second one, I mean, I don't know that the goal of the week usually goes to a team goal. It's usually some brilliant strike from 25 yards out in the upper 90, but that one should be up for goal of the week because it was that good of a build.
I mean, take your pick from Olferson. The first one could be goal of the week, and that one.
Davila, last foray forward of this first half. Dia. Forced back. Days. 2 minutes of stoppage come and gone. At some point, Louisville City have to go for goal here. Otherwise, that whistle's just going to blow. Adams. Gleedle, Tosh, and there it is. The expectation was that was coming at some point. Took way too long in that build, Louisville City. Halftime whistle goes. 4 goals split right down the middle in the first 45 minutes.
Very uncharacteristic like first half for Louisville City in terms of the style of play. We've seen them play so direct into Shawonmi, but in doing that, Davila needs to come a little bit more central. You need to get Jansen Wilson more involved, really quiet for the player that has the most amount of points for your side. But if you're Anthony Limbrick, you have to be pleased with what you've shown in this game to fight the personality sets up for an intriguing next 45 minutes.
The only game going on in the USL Championship this evening, and it is really setting the table for what could be a fun weekend if it's anything like the first 45 minutes were. Halftime score presented by Segra. It's Loudoun 2, Louisville City 2. Plenty more to come here on Golazo Network.
Business success requires more than just technology. It demands a strategic connectivity game plan, relentless agility, and a human touch. We offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients. Segra is one of the largest nationwide independent commercial fiber companies in the U.S., with a fiber network infrastructure spanning 28 states. We are Segra. Connectivity, support, solutions.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
Terrific display in this first half of some of the individual talent USL Championship has to offer at this 2-2 between Loudoun and Louisville. You'll see that talent on the world stage as well.
With the field for World Cup 2026 now set, the USL can enjoy its place in the countdown to history. Never before has an active USL player taken part in a World Cup. Until now. For the past 2.5 years, more than 30 players from USL Championship and League One battled through World Cup qualifying. This summer, 6 of them have a chance to hit the field for their respective countries. Miami FC teammates Eloy Rom and Jurgen Locadia made history, helping Curacao qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever. Curacao will face Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador in group play. And for the first time since 1974, Haiti will take part in the World Cup, following a very unique road through qualifying. 4 championship players, Duke Lacroix and Garvin Matusala of Colorado Springs, Delence Pierre from FC Tulsa, and Carl Sente from New Mexico United, led Haiti through qualifying without playing a home match. Now the Haitian team faces a tough group at the World Cup with matches against Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. But while World Cup qualifying owned the spotlight in late March, several USL players took part on U.S. youth national teams, also on the world stage. Colton Swan of Charleston Battery scored a goal for the U.S. under-20 team against Argentina in Argentina. Orange County SC's Tyson Espy played for the under-17 team in Paraguay. And the U.S. under-18 team played in Portugal, featuring Ramiz Hamuda from Birmingham Legion, Brandon Days of Louisville City, and Jameer Johnson from Orange County SC.
This week on USL All Access, which championship team benefited the most from the third round Open Cup draw? Ben Pierman, head coach of the Charleston Battery, becomes the second youngest and second fastest to 100 USL Championship victories. And how about MD Myers? Forward from the Tampa Bay Rowdies joins us to talk his unique career path and what it's like being the main man under Dom Casciato.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines this week. Charleston Battery head coach Ben Pierman achieved his 100th victory in the championship in Week 5, the 6th coach in championship history to reach that milestone. And that 2-0 win was a big one, Charleston's first ever road victory against Louisville City. We have 4 remaining unbeaten teams: San Antonio, El Paso, Hartford, and Tampa Bay. The Rowdies are the lone team with all wins so far, 4 of them thanks in big part to crunch time. 4 goals scored in the final 15 minutes of matches plus added time, and 5 goals scored by substitutes. So our USL Championship Coach of the Month is no surprise. Dominic Casciato of those Tampa Bay Rowdies. Casciato helped rebuild that roster during the offseason and right now has everything working as planned. National broadcasts coming up in the USL Championship. Charleston Battery hosting those Rowdies next Saturday, and USL Cup El Clamico style, Rhode Island and Hartford. That match is on the 25th. Both of those matches are on CBS Sports Network. We're getting closer to the second half. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
2-2 after 45 minutes between Loudoun and Louisville City. This is setting a high bar for the rest of the weekend in the USL Championship. Let's take a peek ahead at that schedule. It all gets going tomorrow afternoon with Detroit City taking on Sporting Jacks. The one that sticks out for me tomorrow is Hartford and El Paso, two of the remaining unbeaten teams in USL Championship going head-to-head.
Maybe the most balanced Hartford athletic side that we've seen under Brendan Burke. He's done a really good job at bringing players in that are going to provide a positive impact. And Lexington and Rhode Island, talk about talent. Two teams that are maybe struggling to start 2026. That's going to be a big one. And then I know you and I are both excited for the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Oakland Roos.
Oh yeah, big turnarounds for both those teams this year versus last year, going head-to-head tomorrow night. Phoenix, New Mexico, always a fun rivalry. It's always good to tune in because you never know how many red cards might get doled out when those two teams lock horns.
Two teams that need a result, FC Tulsa and Orange County. Orange County coming off a really good performance against San Antonio. Las Vegas Lights, they go to Sacramento Republic, and the Lights are struggling under Devin Rensing with a lot of talent in that roster as well. Birmingham Legion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds as well.
Plenty to choose from as this weekend goes along in the USL Championship. It all starts with the next 45 minutes. Loudoun and Louisville City, what do they have in store as an encore 2-2 after 45 minutes? Second half is on the way.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
Business success requires more than just technology. It demands a strategic connectivity game plan, relentless agility, and a human touch. We offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients. Segra is one of the largest nationwide independent commercial fiber companies in the U.S., with a fiber network infrastructure spanning 28 states. We are Segra. Connectivity, support, solutions.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Thrilling first half between Loudoun and Louisville City, all tied up at 2 goals apiece. Loudoun struck first, Lou City scored the next two, and Loudoun tied it going into the break.
And it starts with 45 minutes.
We'll see a couple of changes right out of the gates here for Louisville City. We touched on it. A rotated squad, 5 or 6 positions where you could argue their main guy wasn't out there. We'll see 2 of them come in right away. Manny Perez for Sam Gleadle at right wing back. Jake Morris for Amadou Dia at left wing back to begin this second half. All level at 2.
Louisville City FC substitutions at the start of the second half. Entering the match, number 3, Jake Morris, and number 15, Manny Perez. All substitutions are brought to you by Segra.
And away we go in half number 2. Glad to have you with us on this Friday evening alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Dorolferson sitting on a hat trick. Sure he'll have opportunity to find it in this second half. It's going to be hard to one-up the 2 goals he scored, though. And they'll count the same, and as long as it adds up to 3 points for Loudoun, nobody will care how he scores it, but he might. He's got a reputation to uphold after the first 2 goals he scored.
Looking at the subs that Simon Bird makes for Lou City, Manny Perez will come in on the right-hand side. He's going to give you more of a balance to play off the ball and off the ball with the work rate to supply underneath Evan Davila and Jake Morris as well. More of a rugged, tougher type of wing back that you're going to get on this near side for Lou City.
A rugged, tougher type of wing back who also finds the net fairly often in goal this season.
Yeah, what a phenomenal goal that was for him as well. There's a wand of a left foot. Tough challenge here. Studs are exposed.
Only yellow to remember from the first half is Babacar Niang. And now Evan Davila joins him in the book.
No real malintent here for Evan Davila, but just comes in late. Catches Bolo Akinyoti. See if studs are exposed as he does come through and catches the experienced center back for Loudoun.
Pacific Niangabiri. Over the top, Olferson looking to flick on for Niangabiri. Who's the happier of the 2 managers after the first 45 minutes? Is one happier than the other?
You have to think Anthony Limbrick, right? The way that you scored your goals, not easy to go down 2-1 against a Louisville side and still have the fight, have the personality to come back. You're Simon Bird, you have to be a little bit frustrated that you work so hard to take the lead. And then you concede off of what comes out of nothing, really.
Shawunmi. Here's Manny Perez, first touches since subbing on at halftime. Evan Davila. Held up there, Shawunmi tried to break free at the edge of the area. Morris deflected on the cross. Awkward. And the defending from Asenge. Blocked. Wilson's effort. Still Jansen Wilson keeping it alive for Morris. Baba Niang. Wilson, a spinner at the near post. Had to fight it off, Adam Bogery. A lot of whip on that. from Jansen Wilson, a corner for Louisville City.
Class shown here from Jansen Wilson initially to create a little bit of separation. And then here just to have the patience to understand there's so many bodies on top of that 18-yard box. If I just stand my ground, Taylor Davila is going to find me. Good preparation touch, forcing a nice save from Boju down to his right-hand side.
Wilson from the corner. This feels like it could be a pivotal moment in the season for Loudoun United. It's far too early to start talking any playoffs or what might lie ahead. But the schedule they have coming up, I suppose there's no more easy outs in this league, and we learned that last year. It's carried over into this year. Have to go to an unbeaten Hartford team. Have to host the Oakland Roots and your old coach Ryan Martin with some added motivation in that game. And you visit Brooklyn, host a solid Detroit City team. It's a very difficult road ahead. They'll be a lot more confident in the ability to navigate that road if they have the feather in their cap of a win over Louisville City. And finally, a win next to their name on the season. Still winless, Loudoun, 0-2-2. If you end up losing this game at home, and you had opportunities to take it, had the early lead, have it tied going into the second half at home on your turf, and then it could go the other way. Then you start doubting yourself. Adams. Flicked on by Morris. Shawonmi chasing. Wonder at what point we might see Shawonmi lifted for the fresher legs up top of Chris Donovan.
Just notice when building out of the back, Davila and Yang are sitting really deep. And what that does, that opens up that ball straight into Shawonmi. Jake Morris, Manny Perez providing the width, so you almost have three players across the top line for Lou City, both outside backs and Shawonmi. So again, if you are Loudoun United, communication at dropping one of the two center midfielders in Pedro Santos or James Murphy to not only challenge for the initial ball, but to pick up that secondary phase of play in that central location.
Curious how Lou City might adjust in this second half with Manny Perez and Jake Morris in for Sam Gleedle and Amadou Dia at the wingbacks. Those two really drive the play forward. So does Louisville City stray away from that direct football they were playing in the first half with those two out there, tapping into their skill sets a bit more? Plenty of options. Flicked on, Kwame Awuah bursting through. Diash making it on the box. Awuah looking for Diash. Morris knocks it out for a corner.
Really well done here from Loudoun United. As Damon comes in, right side of your screen, Olferson just pulls towards that channel, and Awuah just wants it more. Outruns Manny Perez and Brandon Days here, but bottom of your screen, you think initially that GS gets to right side of Jake Morris, but that little peek over his right shoulder is fantastic from the weak-sided outside back. Needs to drop down and really securely puts this ball out for a corner kick. Well done from Jake Morris.
Diash whips in the corner. Snatched by Hugo Farouk. Flaring here. At the end of that play, Murphy barreled over Farouk. The City just protecting their goalkeeper.
Good goalkeeping for Farouk. James Murphy, no intent whatsoever. Jake Morris does not take kindly to it, nor does Bolak Agnoti.
Nyangabiri continues on. Diaz back for Nyangabiri. Olferson making the run, again still on a hat trick. Those 2 first half goals. That's 4 in 5 games to begin this season. Akinyoti. Santos. All of a sudden, Loudoun the side controlling the flow of play as they were early in this game. 60% possession through the first 10 minutes of this second half.
Just notice center of your screen, no one for Loudoun United challenging in between lines. Olferson saying as high as he possibly can, but if Giesh comes in, that is when you need Eamon to just pop in and play that as that connective tissue to combine that midfield line and front line for Loudoun.
Marcos Diaz. Forcing Louisville to do the work. Adams all the way back for Faru. Days. Adams. See if they can start getting back into this Lou City. A dozen minutes gone in the second half. Not been crisp in possession. Days had to get there before Olferson did. Baba Niang looking long. Morris, heavy touch. Out for a corner.
Really good ball in from Niang, just to change your point of attack. Receive the ball from one side of the field, the outlet on the weak side for Jake Morris, who's made a positive impact since coming onto the field for Lou City.
Wilson drops it in near post. Oshawunmi had it. It seemed like the near post was open as well, just couldn't steer it on goal.
Just misreads the flight of this ball. It hits him straight in the head, Shawunmi. If you just get your body squared, you have yourself your second goal. Especially when the ball's coming in with that amount of pace and that amount of power, you need to get your shoulders facing the goal where you want to go. Big opportunity missed for Lou City.
Adams. Seeing a moment like that, though, could wake a team up. It's been dormant in the attack in this second half for Lou City. Wilson, Niang. He's drifting off the foot of Adams. Never really had a chance as soon as he released it. Defeat at home last game against the Charleston Battery for Louisville City. Their first home defeat in over 600 days. Loudoun coming off a 2-2 draw at home against Birmingham. Same scoreline we have here, though happened a little bit differently. Those teams traded goals, with Kimi Ordonez tying it for Loudoun in the 79th minute. We haven't referenced it since the Open when we showed you the lineups, but keep in mind, Loudoun only have 3 outfield players available in this game. Amon finding a way through. Richie Amon deflected out for a corner. So that's to say, as this game goes on and legs get heavy, they could only impact it with 3 subs. They have 5, sure, but it doesn't matter how many they have. They can only use 3 of them.
Just mentioned you need a pocket presence for Loudoun United. Notice how much room you have to operate in if you bypass that midfield line. And again, Amon doing a really good job at just driving with pace and almost how he glides through about 3 challenges, really tight touches to create separation, and in the end, deflection out for a corner kick.
Diaz to the back post, knotted down by Murphy and flicked in! Bolo Akinyoni giving Loudoun the lead!
Straight off the training ground here for Anthony Limbrick and Loudoun United. Watch every single player in a Loudoun United jersey at this far post. They crash towards that first post and pull out every single Louisville City defender, leaving James Murphy alone in this far post area, and he does everything right here. Heads it back across into a dangerous area. Bolo Akinyoni knows it's coming. He's first to react. And a great team goal again from Loudoun United to take the lead in the second half.
Not necessarily the one you'd expect. In his 274th appearance in USL Championship, only his 6th goal. He started with a lead 8 minutes in. Then 2 goals by Louisville City. Now 2 unanswered by Loudoun, and they go on top again. Up to Louisville to respond again. In danger of losing back-to-back regular season games for the first time since the 2023 season. Covered by Days. He tied it for Louisville City in the 20th minute at 1. Shawunmi gave him a lead. Trying to find a way again in the attack, Tolo Shawunmi. Days, Adams. The last time Louisville City lost back-to-back regular season games, again in that 2023 season, it was a Wednesday night, July 19th, on the road against Detroit City. They lost 2-0. They came back on the weekend at home against Birmingham Legion, lost 2-1. So almost 3 full years have passed. It was mid-July of 23. Here we are in mid-April of 26. Could be back-to-back games in which some sort of streak comes to an end for Louisville City. Last week they lost their first regular season home game in 650 days. Now could be in danger of back-to-back regular season losses for the first time in 3 years. 2 subs to try and change that for Louisville City. Zach Duncan replacing Baba Niang, and Chris Donovan replacing Jansen Wilson.
Zach Duncan's going to give you work rate, box-to-box midfielder. So expect him to arrive into the attacking 18-yard box to try to connect this game for Louisville City. Chris Duncan's going to give you a little bit more mobility than Shawunmi. Big frame, yes, but can still run the channels, can still stretch this back line from Loudoun United. And he's a player that Louisville City gives a lot of responsibility to try to find the back of the net, be an impact signing here for 26.
And it looks like they're in a true two-striker look up there as well, which we don't often see, or haven't at least often seen from them. Even going back to the time when they had Wilson Harris and Philip Goodrum at the end of 2024, before Wilson Harris left the club ahead of 2025. Go on to Europe. Even at that time, they were, I don't know if stubborn's the right word, but steadfast in not deploying that look. Usually it was one for the other, or one would come off the wing, but Shawami and Donovan looked to be in a true two-striker look. Number wrong on the board there. That was still the last sub that was shown. 9 for 25, Donovan for Jansen Wilson. The actual sub here for Loudoun will be Pacific Nyangabiri off and Luca Piras on.
Does seem like Louisville City shifting into a 4-back system. You have Adams playing left back, Days and Tosh playing centrally, Perez playing right back. That will pop up. Jake Morris to its left midfielder role. Double pairing in the central of Evan Davila and Zach Duncan. Taylor Davila and Evan Davila. And then you allow the two players in Shawonmi and Chris Donovan spearheading the attack. So a little bit more of an attacking-minded formation now for Simon Bird as they need to try to get another goal in this match.
And this is where the conversation sets in as far as the new era under interim head coach Simon Bird versus how things were under Danny Cruz. This is not necessarily a change we used to see under Danny Cruz, shifting formations like this, going with a true 4-4-2, chasing a goal. But these are the moments where now you're in the big seat. Now it's up to you, Simon Bird, to figure out the answers coming back in a game. So starting to get some insight into how he views some of these situations. Perez. Donovan lost it. Morris. Taylor Davila. So Loudoun still only have 2 more outfield players remaining on the bench. Legs could become an issue. Jack Panayiotou, Kimi Ordonez, 2 attacking-minded pieces. So as you look at a lead and you figure out how to defend it, there aren't any defensive measures you can take from a personnel standpoint. Morris, Davila. Evan Davila. Manny Perez. Drops it back, some space there. Davila. Adams. Kyle Adams popping it over the top for Perez. Can't keep it in.
Just going back to this Loudoun United goal, I just want you to notice number 8, Murphy, as he's walking away from the area, just trying to be disengaged. Hopefully he does not get picked up, knowing that every single Loudoun United player is crashing towards that near post. It's just a really well-worked goal from Anthony Limbrick. You bring every single player of Lou City towards that near post. You pop the ball back post. You put it back across where it came from. Bullock and Yoti's expecting it. Efficient. Really good goal.
And as well as it was drawn up, well executed. Perfect ball from the corner. Perfect header back from Murphy. Good quick reaction and flick from Akinyoti. If any piece of that chain is weak, it's still a 2-2 game. Loudoun looking for the first win of the season. Louisville City coming off their first loss of the season after a perfect 4-0-0 start. Loudoun's come close. They've faced tough competition. They've lost twice, they've tied twice. They also lost an Open Cup against the USL League One side in a cup set on the road against the Richmond Kickers. It's been a very uneven start for the home side in search of that first victory, but you beat a team like Lou City at home, a team you've only ever beaten once in the regular season in 11 previous meetings. That could be a launching point. Perez. Nobody pulled up to that edge of the area. He was expecting the run from either Shawunmi or Donovan. Both made the same run instead to the 6. Eamon pressuring. Cut off by Davila. Tosh for Zach Duncan. Evan Davila. Zach Duncan off balance. Wide for Perez. Can he get a service in? Yes. The header! The equalizer! Evan Davila nuts it up at 3 goals apiece.
Patient from Lou City here. If it's not on, just keep possession and try to find the free man. Notice how many times Zach Duncan picks up his head and looks up at Manny Perez. But as this ball goes wide, the movement from Evan Davila is everything, and the timing. Slashing right across the face of Bo Akinyoti and understanding he does not need to generate power. Just simply redirect it. Pass it towards this far post. Really well executed header from Evan Davila. And just like that, 3-3. Game on here at Segra Field yet again.
Back and forth affair it's been. Evan Davila, 27 minutes across 3 appearances to begin this season. Gets to start and go in the distance maybe tonight. It's his first goal of the season. Had just 1 last year.
It's a really clever header, Joe, because a lot of times when players get in that situation, they try to generate power and they just try to do a little bit too much. But when a ball is whipped in with that amount of pace and that amount of venom, you just need to help it on. Get the angle right, flick it towards this far post. And it's a nightmare for a goalkeeper. Really well done there by Evan Davila.
I would hate to be any of the rest of the games this weekend, having to follow up this one. Not done yet, just over a quarter of an hour remaining. It's been a pleasure to have you along this evening on Golazo Network with Ricky Lopez Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Loudoun started the scoring 8 minutes in. Thor Olferson with a goal of the week candidate. Lou City scored the next 2. Olferson tied it at 2, and Loudoun would then make it 3-2 in this second half before it was Louisville's turn to tie things again. Back and forth. Loudoun are preparing their final 2 changes. Now with the score level again, maybe. How much longer? Donovan Shawunmi with the score level again. Looking to bring on Kimi Ordonez and Jack Panayiotou. Try and find a winner and go ahead again. Marcos Diaz and Pedro Santos replaced.
Loudoun United substitution in the 76th minute. Now entering the match, number 9, Kimi Ordonez. And number 16.
Never really found the game, Pedro Santos, did he? A player that so influential the way that Loudoun United wants to carry the ball through the thirds. Jack Panayiotou, cultured left foot as well. Can arrive into the 18-yard box, has spent time in MLS, has spent time in this league with Rhode Island. And you throw in Ordonez as well, a really clever type of hybrid of an attacking player. Can combine, centrally can go 1v1, can slash in behind with his mobility. I have to think that Anthony Limbrick makes these 2 subs in hopes of trying to find a 4th for Loudoun.
Try from a long way out by Duncan. Might be some frustration from Anthony Limbrick in this Loudoun side if it finishes as a tie or a loss. In search of their first win of the season, to have led it 2 different times in this game. Early on, understandably, things are going to change in a game like this, but still a lead, 1-0, 8 minutes in. And then in the second half, a 3-2 lead. To have 2 leads squandered would be tough to dismiss. Some contact there. Louisville City looking for a penalty. Don't think that's ever going to be given for something as trivial as that in a moment like this. Kimi Ordonez whistled for the foul. Excited to see a full season of Kimi Ordonez in USL Championship. 1 goal in 3 games so far. Last year in limited time, the last 10 games of the season, had 4 goals, signed August 6th. A deal that carried through the end of last season and through all of this season. 22-year-old from Cincinnati. First 3 years of his career with FC Cincinnati. Took a detour into Sweden and Moldova on loan from FC Cincinnati. 13 caps and a goal for Guatemala as well at the senior level. Adams. Duncan taken down, free kick, and a great spot for Louisville City. This is Taylor Davila territory as well.
How good has Zach Duncan been since coming onto the field, given Louisville City so many more options going forward just with his positioning off the shoulder of Murphy and now Panayiotou. But notice Bolakinyoti, it's a foul, and that is high.
Ooh,
Studs are exposed, catches Zach Duncan's left ankle. Bowl does not see yellow here. Really lucky for the Loudoun United defender.
Evan Davila standing over this with Taylor Davila. Given the position on the field and the left foot Taylor Davila possesses, I don't think this is simply going to be older brother winning an argument. I think this is quality of player in the moment as well. But if that weren't enough, situation, left foot, quality of ball striker. Hey, I'm 2 years your elder in this family. Although Evan's got a goal tonight already, so I guess he can throw that argument around. Let's see who it is. 4 in the wall. It is Taylor Davila just over the bar. Did it take a touch? Louisville City pleading that it did. No, goal kick.
Well struck here from Taylor Dodlett to keep his body over the ball, but also give it enough whip. It does seem like he just kisses that crossbar. Nearly another goal of the week candidate in this match. Just a bit more creative for Louisville City since changing the formation. We're actually playing with 2 10s in Zach Duncan and Evan Davila. Taylor Davila sitting deeper as that lone pivot, which gives him the ability just to spray the ball wide, to really manage and pull the string from a deeper position. And the next step for Simon Bird is, can you get Shawomi and Chris Donovan playing off one another? More of a relationship with 2 strikers there.
Adams. Taylor Davila through. Donovan lays it off. Evan Davila. Tola Shawanmi tries to get it back for Donovan. Intervening, it's Adam Beaudry.
Better. Up, back, and through. And the movement off one another. Donovan occupies a Senge that gives Shawanmi the ability to be direct, to make the run in behind, trying to return the favor. But in the end, Beaudry doing a good job at staying with the play.
Adams battling. Ordonez comes away with it. Adams out of position, bent ahead. Olferson, 2 goals already, feeds it through. Richie Amon goes for goal, it's blocked. Olferson. Murphy, just wide.
Good strength by Ordonez, an even better decision to play this ball into Olferson. But this first touch from Amon, really impressive. This ball's behind him to keep control, to keep his balance, and still try to find a way through that near post. Brendan Day's doing a good job at just providing coverage in front of Farouk. Murphy just pulls it wide. But we're really impressed with how controlled Amon is when he does run at speed. Technically gifted. Good performance by the rookie.
I think that's a go-ahead goal if it's not blocked by a defender. Oh, who's getting sent off? Somebody's getting sent off. The assistant referee doesn't. Oh, it's a yellow. Usually when the assistant referee calls the referee all the way over like that, somebody is going to the locker room early. Just a yellow, though. Six minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Panayiotou, second season. Jack Panayiotou, rather third season, excuse me, on loan to USL Championship. Last year it was Hartford, the year prior it was Rhode Island. And 3 years in a row, this time comes Loudoun's way. Taken through by Piras. Adams stands in the way. Throw for Loudoun. Ray Serrano readying to come on as the 5th and final sub for Lou City. Long throw for Loudoun, who have not technically used all their subs, but have used all their subs. They've made 3 changes, but only had 3 outfield players available. Incredibly short-handed tonight. because of their injuries. Ordonez almost spins through. It will be a corner. Sub comes now for Louisville City. The referee had just given the signal over to the sideline. Looks like Lou City will hold off, though. Always tough to sub on a defensive set piece. Hold off. It will be Ray Serrano for Evan Davila, though, when the change happens. Scored on their last corner, Loudoun from the other side. Panayiotou from the near side. Comes out and wasted by Luca Piras into the void, back behind the stands. And now Serrano will replace Davila.
Well taken goal by Evan Davila. This comes across Bolek and Yodi, and it's a technically sound header just to help it on, to redirect it to that far post. Good showing. Did a lot of his work against the ball in terms of the pressing, in possession specifically in the second half. Showed his real quality.
Advanced stat for all the real sickos out there. During Loudoun's Open Cup match against Richmond, that's when Artemis 2 took off. Again, during a Loudoun match, it landed. What are the odds of that?
Only you, Joe. Only you.
Laid off. Duncan on the volley.
Just so much more connected, Louisville is. Good touch from Donovan, the ability to bring in Zach Duncan. But we didn't see this in the first half. We didn't see someone just playing off the shoulder of James Murphy. It was just too many direct balls, trying to play too vertical and fight for second duels that was a lot deeper. Zach Duncan stayed high. He's been aggressive. And he's made a difference for Louisville.
Brendan Days blocked. A rare moment of error from Days at the back. Faroux. Doesn't cost Louisville City, though. Tosh battling. Tight quarters for Panayiotou to navigate. Back for Aua. Kimi Ordonez held by Days. Still Ordonez. Olferson drops it back for James Murphy. Luca Piras curling back post. Falls for Panayiotou, a heavy touch. Taylor Davila doing the dirty work and works it away.
Really good work from Asenge there. Have the vision to spot the run from Shionmi, drop down, cut down the angle, and also maintain possession for his side. Good work from the center back.
Panayiotou brought down. Decision, oh, no foul, just a throw for Louisville City. 90th minute at Segra Field. In a game that has seen 6 goals, feels like there's at least another opportunity in this one. Tosh. Shionmi can't get a piece of it. Adams. Donovan for Duncan. Wide for Morris. Morris blocked. Adams thinking about it. Morris lays it off. Serrano back for Morris off the post. Or was it? Stopped at the near post by Baudry to hit off the post. Let's see. Signal is for a corner.
Good decision from Morris, but really good feet here from Ray Serrano to keep this ball alive. And Avs Murphy's coming across, doing all he can do. There's no touch there. Just simply hits off this near post. Should be a goal kick for Loudoun.
Unless on the slide there was a deflection on the shot. It clearly wasn't saved. From the corner, though, Poetry snatches it. All a moot point now. He wants to go quickly. Throws it out. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3v3. Numbers are there. Awua leading the charge. Kwame Awua. Jack Panayiotou wants to cut left. There it is. Dangerous left foot he has, but left it well off target.
Good decision from the young goalkeeper, Boji, to recognize this advantage and go quick. Even better disguise of the ball from Awua. Should expect more from Panayiotou to go 1v1. You need to be more aggressive there and put Kyle Adams on his heels.
Sometimes a young player like Panayiotou, they know they have a great left foot like that. They fall in love with it. And just maybe too early in the moment decide, hey, this is what I'm doing no matter what. Adams. Serrano. Nobody home. Olferson's been quiet in this second half. The service hasn't been there from Loudoun after his brace in the first half. Piras. Awua. Kimi Ordonez, capable of magic. Murphy. Panayiotou again on that left foot. Panayiotou pulls it wide. Shows you why the left foot's favored and why he's not afraid to just go for it.
Give credit to James Murphy to keep this thing alive and find Panayiotou, and it falls oh so kindly. The Panayiotou hits it well, just pulls it wide of this near post.
Blue City quickly the other way. Final minute of stoppage time. Battle between Marquinhoti and Perez. Chances for Loudoun in stoppage time. Will Blue City have the last laugh? Morris, great ball! Just wide. Kept in play by Serrano. Morris wants it back. Serrano keeps it. Poor clearance effort, but did just enough.
Good ball in from Jake Morris, who's been really positive. You can go with your head if you are Chris Donovan. You have a better angle. Really difficult to have it come across your body. Keep your hips open. Understanding Boji stepping up and still pass it by him.
Final whistle goes. A thrilling start to the weekend in USL Championship. Finishes 3-3 between Loudoun and Louisville City. Loudoun still have to wait a bit longer for their first win of the season. Louisville City happy to somewhat get back on track after they suffered their first loss in their last one.
A really good game between two teams, especially in this second 45 minutes that wanted the ball to play. They wanted the ball on the ground. They wanted to combine, and it was more familiar for Loudoun United and Louisville City. There are some things that if you are Simon Bird that you're going to have to think about. You keep this formation going forward because you looked a lot better. And for Anthony Limbrick, your team scored some phenomenal team goals. A lot to build on going forward.
And maybe frustratingly more of the same for Loudoun. Close, but still without a victory in 2026. We're back to wrap it up in a moment from Segra Field. 6 goals split right down the middle. A point each for Loudoun and Louisville City.
Business success requires more than just technology. It demands a strategic connectivity game plan, relentless agility, and a human touch. We offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients. Segra is one of the largest nationwide independent commercial fiber companies in the U.S., with a fiber network infrastructure spanning 28 states. We are Segra. Connectivity, support, solutions.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
Spectators were entertained tonight. We hope you were at home as well. What a start for the weekend for the USL Championship. 3-3, 6-goal thriller. Some great individual moments, some great opportunities, an all-around fun one tonight between Loudoun and Louisville.
And it starts with the aggressive nature from Eamon. Notice how quickly he drives at this back line. Diaz makes a really good run. And Ulferson, as he pulls wide, opens up the passing lane. But that is a really well-taken strike. Keeps his shoulder squared, does not need to generate power, just simply get clean contact, and you will find the back of the net. Went back the other way. Brendan Days times his jump to perfection at this far post. Just out jumps not one, but two Loudoun United defenders, and it's a clever header back across as Brogy almost gets caught a little bit off balance. And this is a really impressive from Shawonmi. You play direct, does a good job to stay with the play, and this first touch is really underrated from a striker because you create separation, but most importantly, you get your hips facing towards a goal. Good strike, you get it on target, you give yourself a chance. It takes a deflection, 2-1 Louisville City, but yet there was still more in this first half. Back into Awuap, plays it into Ulferson into Eamon into Murphy, back to Ulferson, and it finds the back of the net. That is a phenomenal team goal. You can see Bolak and Yodi, bottom of your screen, hands up, right before this ball hits the back of the net.
I don't know that we thought we were going to be able to top that first half. And maybe from a goals perspective, no. But from an entertainment perspective, I think we did.
And clever here. Notice every single player in a black jersey crashed towards that far post. That leaves James Murphy alone at this second post. And Bolak knows it's coming, so he's quick to react. And that is something that you get off the training ground, you put it into play, you see if it works, and if you work, you are the happiest of managers. And then Zach Duncan again. Really impressive performance for Duncan. You pull the ball wide. Manny Perez comes across Bolak and Yodi. Clever header, really well taken header from Evan Davila to find that far post.
His first of the season. There'd be more opportunities thereafter, but it would finish 3-3. So for the time being, Louisville City vaults back into first place, though Tampa Bay have 2 games in hand. Loudoun still looking for their first win of the season, but have to be happy with what they put forth tonight, Ricky.
Again, for Anthony Limbrick, there's glimpses of how good you can be, but now the next step in the progression, can you see those glimpses over a course of 90 minutes, and can you be consistent within your performance for Louisville City? And if you are Simon Burt, there was a response need to clean things up defensively, but it's not an easy place to play to come into Segra Field and pick up a point.
19 and a half hours. Detroit City Sporting Jacks will be the next to take the field in the USL Championship, kicking off a busy Saturday. That'll do it for us, though, on this Friday evening. Our broadcast partner, Ricky Lopez, Espen, and the crew that makes this possible. I'm Joe Malfa saying so long for now. A 3-3 thriller to get you started with some Friday Night Footy on the Golazo Network. Thanks for joining. Busy weekend ahead. Hope the rest of them look like this one. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.